wonderful game last week versus A&M. Coach Maynard had his team ready to play. They came out, they didn't lay down whatsoever. They really were ready and prepared. They stumbled up on a running game that gave us problem. We surrendered more yards than we've surrendered rushing in quite some time. 21 first downs, 80 plays, 325 yards, 215 rushing yards, time possession, 33 minutes. We lost the time possession, which we don't normally lose. Also, 12 penalties, 110 yards, second straight game with plus 10 penalties. That's not who we are. So, of course, we had a wonderful meeting about that to try to bring some solvency to those problems. We did win the game, though. That was a bonus. That was a plus. I'm proud of the coaching staff, the fans, the young men that's playing for us, and all involved, the support staff. But we plan on doing better and coming out better with the task that we have this week with Alcorn.
Appreciate those comments, Coach. First question goes to Charles Bishop.
Morning, Coach. How you doing?
How you doing, sir?
I wanted to ask, obviously, Shedeur put out a tweet, "Two feels great. He's ready to play this week."
Yeah.
But when he went down, what was it like for you? You guys have such a special relationship, father-son, but to transition from coach to dad when Shedeur went down?
Well, really, I was still coach as I was walking out there because we pride ourselves on being tough and physically tough. We've only had two guys go down on the field this season that we actually had to go out to bring back. He got up. That's what we do. He got up and he came on back to the sideline, but he was a little cloudy, and we administered to that, but he was good. Then when I went into the tent, then asking then I was scolding him as a coach, like, we told you to get down. I told you to get down several times in the last few weeks, but you still act like you want to run the darn ball. Like you Lamar Jackson, man. We don't need Lamar right now. We need Shedeur Sanders. So I think he learned his lesson. You will see some of the best slides that you ever seen before this week, I promise you. You're going to think he's a baseball player with the way he's going to be sliding.
No doubt. Quick follow-up, Coach. Aubrey Miller, his play. He came in with you in the spring of 20 season, but talk a bit about his maturation as a player under your tutelage.
Well, forget the player part, the person. Maturation of the person is what we wanted to see him mature and be consistent on and off the field, and not seek praise from people instead of just going out there and balling and just doing your thing and knowing who you are and that what you're capable of. And he's rewarded with an invite to the Senior Bowl, as well as Dallas Daniels, East and West, right? Dallas Daniels received the invite to the East and West Shrine Bowl. I believe that's what they call it. It's been so long since I even thought about those games. But we have guys like that are really great for the program. I mean, they're smart, tough, fast, disciplined kids with character, tremendous amount of character, both of those young men. And I'm thankful that they were rewarded, them both. And we should have a couple more guys that gets rewarded before the conclusion of the season as well.
No doubt. Appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank you, boss man.
Next question goes to Kendrick Marshall.
Yeah, Coach. Travis has been back for a few weeks. He got his first touchdown and his first interception last week in the game was Alabama A&M. How would you assess his performance since coming back from injury?
Well, I believe he's only probably given up one pass on a slant that really didn't hurt us. I don't even know if it was a first down this season, one or two at the most. And I can't believe they even tried him like that. Really, I really can't, because you keep trying him, he's going to come up with that ball. They're lucky that he didn't house that thing. But Travis is more than what they say he is. The way he practices, the way he prepares, the way he goes about his business is that of a pro. And he's learning more and more each week. And then we just got on him about lifting. You know, he in the weight room don't really get along. I told him they better learn how to cope with each other and like each other, and they better get married in the off season. So once he learns that and understands how prominent that is to his body, and he's going to be all right. But I love what he brings to the table. He's a threat offensively, defensively, special teams. Anytime he's on the field, you got to understand where 12 is.
A quick follow-up, Coach. Last weekend, you guys won your 10th straight game. First time in school history, you guys have gone 10-0. You guys are undefeated in the SWAC as well. What would it mean for you and the program to finish off the regular season unbeaten in the SWAC and head off to the championship game?
Well, that's the plan. That's always been the plan. We've been screaming and preaching, dominate all season. At the conclusion of last season, when we regrouped and really sat down and thought about why we came up short, and that's what we've been preaching. That's the goal. That's the objective. So that's what we plan on doing. And the kids are 100% for it. The staff is. We don't never say the word buying in because it's like we selling something. We ain't selling nothing, and we are who we are. But the kids are truly dedicated, and that's the goal. That's been the goal since day one.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Next question goes to James Hill.
Hey, Coach, I hope you're well. It's James Hill with James Hill Sports. Rivalries, Florida State, Miami, the state championship, Cowboys, Yankees and Red Sox, rivalries, Jackson State and Alcorn. Just talk about the rivalry week in the SWAC.
Well, I'm just getting to understand the rivalries as well. But I tell you what, shoot, they have a wonderful head coach over there, and Coach McNair. They a storied school, university. I have the utmost respect. When I tell you the utmost respect, to me, Coach McNair is truly one of the leaders. He's a pillar of the HBCU legacy. When I was at where was it? Oh, Southern Miss visiting down there with Shedeur, they were playing against Southern Miss, and I took it upon myself on a visit to Southern Miss to go in his locker room and meet him and his kids. So that's how much love and respect and admiration I have for Coach. And he's a gift. He's a gift to the SWAC. He's always been a gift to any coaching unit that he's been a part of, and I just got love for him. So going to the game, it's a tremendous game. It's a close proximity rivalry, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Coach, Shedeur is spreading the wealth, so to speak. Mr. Hooks, Hunter got one, Stevens and Gaines. Just talk about Shedeur as he continues to carve them up like turkeys.
Well, I didn't think he played well throwing the football. Or we didn't play well throwing the football last week. 14 for 25. That's horrible. 4 TD passes. I accept that, but he's known for his accuracy. That wasn't indicative to who he is and missing that many targets. When we're missing that many targets, we got to reevaluate our game plan, our route structure, and all of that, because that's not who Shedeur is, missing that many targets and in only 25 attempts. He's growing. He's doing what he needs to do. But we throw the ball to the man that's open. That's why it's a blessing to play receiver for Jackson State. It's no favorites. Whoever gets open, they get the ball. But when it's one-on-one and the other team is playing man, then he takes his choice or where that ball goes. But that's pretty much predetermined by how these guys practice during the week. A quarterback goes to what he trusts and who he knows is going to come down with the ball for him. So that's kind of the way he plays his game. But it's great to play receiver for Jackson State because that ball is going to find you if you're open.
Thank you, Coach. Have a blessed week.
You as well, my man.
Got time for 2 more questions. First one goes to Jeff Lightsey Jr.
Coach, it's Jeff Lightsey Jr. How's it going?
Great, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. Now, I just have a question. You put out a video about addressing and talking to your team about addressing rumors, coaching rumors with your name. Why is it important? We understand why it's important to tell your team, but why is it important for you to put that out for the media and for the public to see that these are conversations that you have with your team and it's like, hey, ain't nothing going on?
We put everything out. And it wasn't just that. I mean, you get to see what I say in the meetings every morning, every day. We don't address that and just keep that a secret. This is the way we recruit, man. The social media is the way we recruit. We don't have the lofty budgets and all the things that recruiting budgets may give you. We don't have all that. So social media is the way we do everything. A multitude of these players that are here now saw us on social media and wanted to be a part of the feeling emotion. Who's that? Okay. Bucky, don't get fired on the spot in public while I'm doing media. We're talking about media and you come in like you Santa. So that's the way we do things. We don't shy away from the truth. I want people to know where I stand and how I get down and how I move. So we don't shy away from it. That's why it's important to put out. We put out all the good stuff. You got to put the bad with the good, the questionable things as well. We are equal opportunity employer around here.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, boss.
Last question goes to Zach McKinnon.
How you doing, Coach? This weekend, you guys got a huge game against Alcorn State in the Soul Bowl. They bring in the SWAC's leading rusher and Jarvion Howard. Just watching film on the team and how they approach the run game, what are some of the biggest things that you've noticed on how you guys are going to have to slow him down this weekend?
Well, he's a big back and he can run the ball really well. The way we slow a rusher down is to score points. Because when you're scoring points and hopefully you're up by 14 or 20, it's hard to just turn around and hand the ball off, because that takes time. And also it's not easy to get down the field slowly but surely. When someone has a distinct running game, you got to understand it's going to take at least 10 to 12 plays to even get it to the paint. That's a lot of attempts for something not to go wrong. It's going to be offsides. It's going to be holding. It's going to be something if you're trying to sustain a 12 to 15 play drive, especially when many teams have the propensity to be penalized. And I'm trying to say that politely as I can, but we are one of the most penalized teams in HBCUs and MEACs. We're penalized. We got to get more discipline. So we're going to tremendously have to stop the run. We do know that, but the goal is stopping the run is to score points.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you, my man.
Coach Sanders, as always, we appreciate your time. Look forward to speaking to you again next week.
Appreciate you all. God bless you, brothers.